Back again, viewers, back again. Well, what a beautiful day we got today in Blackpool. What a stunning day. There's not a breath of wind. The sun's beating down. It's only 3 degrees. Sunday the 5th of February. And yeah, absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Let's give you a quick scan round before I delve into my next project. Lovely winter's day, absolutely stunning. So guys, what we're doing today? Well, I thought it's been about 6 weeks, 7 weeks since I've done my last history video. Don't want to bore you too much with them doing them one after another. But today we're going to channel our thoughts on the Palatine buildings. So, without further ado, let's go. Okay. This here, the new Sands venue. This is the old Palatine buildings, basically. In a nutshell, it started off its life as the Queen's Terrace and Royal Hotel stables back in the day, way before my time, when you used to have stables on the promenade, or some carts, you know, the kind of thing. The Palatine Hotel itself and the buildings was built in 1866. Yeah, it's one of the few hotels that had a ballroom, a lounge bar and a dining saloon, not to mention the 120 bedrooms. So yeah, very big building, large building. So the new building was built in the late 70s after the Palatine buildings was demolished. And the ground floor was home to the entrance to, should I say, the Yellow Submarine, which was in the cellar, which was a nightclub, which reopened in '86 as Jellies. We had the Sands Disco later, and Club DNA up until about 2010. Yeah, so in the 70s, late 70s, we had Purple Penny Arcade on the corner. Many people might remember it. It was later to become Coin Castle Arcade. That's before we had the Sands Disco, the Boom Boom Room, Club DNA, which is now the Spyglass Bar. Okay, on the opposite corner, next to the old Woolworths building, we used to have, back in the 70s it would be now, I think, 70s, we had the Steinhaus beer cellar, if you remember that one. It was on that corner, the Steinhaus beer cellar. It was very, very short-lived. Tried to copy what was further down the promenade, and it didn't live up to expectations. It was too clinical, to be honest. It was more like a hospital, if I remember rightly. It was too clean, too nice. It wasn't like the beer cellars that we were used to back in the day. Okay, so that closed down, the Steinhaus beer cellar, and then it become Baron's nightclub, if you remember that, closely followed by Lineker's and Rio's. So it's been many things, that bar on that corner. That's four that I can remember in my time. The Steinhaus beer cellar, Rio's, Lineker's and Baron's, all traded on that corner. You come across here to the where the Spyglass Bar is. There used to be a footbridge that used to come across the road there, right onto the opposite side of the promenade. It used to carry people across onto the opposite side of the promenade, so they bypassed the tram tracks on the road. And it used to come down around this area. It's a ramp down. I remember it as a child, and it used to go back as far as the what is now TK Maxx. It used to be CNA's building there on Bank A Street. So that was that. So now we're going to train our thoughts up onto the first floor of this building, because the first floor was where, in the early 80s, we had Golden Wheels roller skate rink and the Golden Gate arcade, for people that remember. You used to access it from that flyover bridge that I was just talking about on this first floor. So they give way in 1986 to the world famous Palace nightclub. Now you've got to remember that one, that was a biggie. Yeah, so the Palace nightclub was opened in 1986 by Leslie Grantham, better known to most people back in the day as Dirty Den from EastEnders, Angie's husband, the landlord of the Queen Vic. He was a big celebrity back in the day. He opened the Palace nightclub in 1986. Then we had Hitman and Her, who did several shows in the Palace nightclub, which really put this place on the map. There was a big show back in the day. Pete Waterman and Michaela Strachan, if you remember it back in the day, used to have big stars that used to come here, take to the stage to do their business. One in particular I remember in 1997, the Spice Girls, who were massive at the time, took to the stage here in the show for Hitman and Her. It was home to the largest moving light show in the world at the time. I remember it very well. It was huge. It used to move between two dance floors. They had two dance floors they had here, two dance floors and 5 bars. 5 bars. It was a massive, massive club. And it carried on trading until it closed in 2003. And 2018, they started a redevelopment of this building. They didn't knock it down, they kept the interior structure and basically redressed it from the outside. And yeah, it's still, to this day, it's still being done. Yeah, so the tram's passed by the way. I can carry on now. Where was I up to? Oh yeah, 2018 we started the redevelopment of this building. And it's yet to be opened. We have the Splygas bar that's opened at the moment. We have the World West Diner, which is open at the moment, but the hotel itself is still yet to be opened. It's going to comprise of 96 5-star rooms, and will be called the Sands Venue Resort Hotel. And also in this building there's going to be a Blackpool History Museum as well. So yeah, looking forward to all that. I mean, it's being built a few years back, but it was obviously held back by COVID, as everything else was. But now it's looking like we're going to be moving forward with this. It's quite a nice looking building. This it's massive, absolutely huge. So looking forward to seeing that open, and that's about it I could give you on that building. Yes, I remember back in the day I used to frequent the Purple Penny arcade on that corner. Yeah, so the Purple Penny arcade was originally owned by the Booth brothers, Frankie and Philip Booth, that used to be on that corner. They also at the same time had Penny Booth built further down the road, which is now more affectionately known as Funland. But that was the Booth brothers who had both them arcades, the Purple Penny and the Penny Booth. Later on, after the Booth brothers left the town, it changed its name, the Purple Penny, to Coin Castle, and was run by Scott Dottery. Scott Dottery, an American businessman who was in the town. At the same time, he was running several arcades, including the Lucky Star at South Shore, to name a couple. There was another one roughly near the Washington pub, in that where all them fancy goods shops are there. There used to be one there called Sportland. That was also run by Scott Dottery. So that's about all I got for you on this building here, but yeah, it's steeped in history, as you can tell. There's been so many comings and goings here. But I'll just give you a last look at the beautiful skyline, and look at the tower there. How clear is that sky? It's absolutely stunning. And they're what I call the wind reeds, stood straight up. As you can see, there's not a breath of wind today. Not a breath of wind. Straight up in the air then. Let's take you over to the sea. Have a look at the sea before I conclude this video. The tide's quite far in actually, but it's very, very calm considering. Beautiful, eh? What a stunning day. Stunning winter's day. So guys, I'm going to leave you there. It's not your boy Leroy. I'm signing off. And enjoy your day. Catch you later.